The problem has been ongoing for the last 5 to 8 years, and we've been waiting for the architect to come back with quotations, and with it being an old building it needs specific guttering and rainwater goods, and that's come back to us with this enormous cost of £42,000. We have some amazing Sgraffito work. There are multicoloured layers of plaster where the plaster is scratched back to reveal this images of, in our case, angels. And the water, as it has run down the wall, has gone through the sandstone blocks and is pushing the plasterwork away from the inside.
St Michael's Church has always been the family element of the village. It's where somebody can come, they can just come into church to sort of sit and listen. It can be somewhere you can get a service of some format. It's somewhere where you can make friends.
And with it being more or less in the centre of the village, it tends to be a focal point for people. They may not always come into it, they may just pass it and look at it, but they want it to be there.
The church was originally built to serve Brereton Colliery. The railway line that brought the coal from the colliery down to the canal ran straight past the wall at the edge of the colliery there. When there was a mining disaster, the graves of those who died are in the churchyard here. So it's always had a close relationship with the community and the mining community particularly, because this is a mining town, a mining village.
You'll also find that many of the families, obviously living in the area, you would find that they would be married, there would be funerals, there would be christenings, all those kind of things would be from the mining community. So this again was really the central hub for those people.
When we have the Remembrance Day service, and the service starts by the British Legion marching up from Brereton Social, they march up to the church with the band, and the amount of people that are out standing and watching and remembering with us, those who've fallen for us. I think we've got 7 war graves in the churchyard that we know are maintained. The church offers so much to the community in which it's part of, because we're called to serve the community, not just the people who visit church.
The lunch bunch came about some 15 odd years ago, and the idea was to invite anybody who needed some companionship.
And then during COVID, of course, it had to stop. And then I said, can we start it again last year? Can we just feed soup lunches and a pudding and a cup of tea? And then from there, Jill started making more meals again. They're not entirely churchgoers, they're from the community. Lots of people, all different ages as well, so it's a lovely time to get together.
There's no side to us, it's just come and join and enjoy a meal. We don't say prayers or anything else, we just offer friendship.
We've had a historical problem with the church roof, and the water has overflowed and ran down the wall. And the main problem that this has caused within the church is that we have some amazing Sgraffito work.
Very few of them have them in this country. Sgraffito being made out of wet plaster in particular colours, and that has been damaged simply by the fact that we have water in there, causing it to discolour and flake.
The main concern that the damage is causing for me is obviously the look of the building, which is sort of secondary to losing that heritage that is part of what makes the church so surprising to people when they come in. Because it's unusual in a nearly 200-year-old building for people to come in and say how warm and welcoming the building looks without any of the people within it. And that's because of the plasterwork and the Sgraffito. So to lose that would be devastating.
I think we'd like it done as soon as possible, because we've been waiting so long to try and get funds, and it's hard enough to make money to keep the church running. never mind any building work that needs doing. This is why there's so many outstanding jobs that haven't been done, because we just can't make enough money to keep going.
Well, the total we've been given as the lowest estimate for the work is £42,000, which when you say it quickly doesn't seem a lot, but it is a big amount. So my job as chair of the Friends of St Michael's is now to try and source the grants. So that's my next priority, along with fundraising the money that we need to do, because we need to match fund, and also doing some fundraising ourselves. So we're trying to think outside the box in trying to find new and inventive ways of actually fundraising and enjoying ourselves at the same time. I know it's hard in this time, even if you can only offer us 50p. If every member of Brereton gave us 50p, we would raise over £10,000. So I'm asking you, please, if you can think of a way of helping us raise these funds for your church, because at the end of the day, the church belongs to the people. The church is our church, and we should decide what goes on in our church.
If anybody wants to give through the giving page, through whatever, donation, whatever it might be, we can only thank you, really, as ourselves, as a ministry team, as a congregation, but also the whole of the community.
If you want to donate, and I would be very, very grateful to you if you could, we have got a giving page. If you look for the link that you will find on this video, giving you the QR code and the giving page, I'll be most grateful.
It is something which we need to preserve for this generation and future generations, to say it's somewhere where we can come. It is an oasis of calm, and it's something that we desperately need. So in order to be able to preserve that in such busy times that we live, I believe that that's the thing that we need to do. So whatever you can do, whatever you can do for us, whatever you can give, we'll be eternally grateful, and so will the people in generations to come.